Fort Wayne, it's time for Komets Hockey.
My Komets on my TV.
My Komets on my TV is presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Is the feed right now? So I'm 30 seconds away right now. All right, is the feed right now just the Las Vegas Wrangler logo? All right, cool. That's what I know I'm looking at. All right, buddy. I'm going to get off here. All right, bye-bye. Tonight, Andrey Makarov, a 20-year-old. He was just sent to the K's from Rochester. He is a Buffalo Sabres prospect and a high prospect at that. He's only 20 years old, a Russian 6'1", signed as a free agent with the Sabres, but racked up all kinds of wins in juniors. They are very high on him, so we will see what he can do in between the pipes. As John Muse was called up, that was something that the K's didn't anticipate happening so early in the year. Cody Reichert, obviously, is still there and probably will see action in this three-game series over the weekend with the Wranglers, as tonight's game is the first of three against the Wranglers. Along with Mike Vascavu and Mickey Lang. And then starting in between the pipes, as we mentioned, is going to be the new goalie. That is Andrey Makarov. And on the defensive side of things, it will be the captain. And that, of course, Nick Tuzzolino, along with, from Vegas. I'm going to go through some of the keys of the game that head coach for the Komets, Gary Graham, gave us in the locker room just about an hour or so ago. We will do so as we go through. But we are ready to start things here from Vegas. And face-off is won by the Komets. Played by Makarov, outlet, and here come the K's the other way. Taken in the neutral zone, and the Wranglers retreat, and will look to attack into center ice. They dump it into the corner. Whips around. K's win that race, but a pass, no one's home, and it's going to be an icing. Mention the keys to the games. Gary Graham telling us beforehand that a couple of the things that the Komets need to be aware of is protecting the slot area in their own zone. Got to be aware of the bodies in the paint. The Wranglers like to get a lot of traffic in front, so the K's have to be aware of their sticks, be aware of the bodies in front of the net all night long. That was the first and foremost key that he gave to us. And a collision in front. Makarov is tested early. Deflects it to the side of the net as two of the defensemen for the K's collided there in front. And now here come the K's. This is Tristan King. Centering feed. Swiped away by O'Keefe. John Dunbar working in the corners. The corners, another place that Gary Graham thought they could take advantage of. Shot blocked in front. K's keep it in. Another shot is deflected in front before it made its way to O'Keefe. There are the Wranglers trying to win a battle in the corner. This is what Gary Graham had to say about the corners. He thinks that the Komets have an advantage in this game with their speedy forwards against the defensemen for the Wranglers. The Komets want to try to isolate the defensemen in the corners tonight and try to win some one-on-one battles. So look for that. That is an area that the Komets are going to try to attack tonight and this weekend against Vegas. Fight for it in the corner. And another battle won by the Komets. They've come out strong in all of their three games, scored the first goal in all three, but then have had problems keeping up the intensity. Brandon Marino unable to deflect that as it went through the neutral zone, and it's going to come up as an icing. 17:52 left to go in the first period. No score between the Komets and the Las Vegas Wranglers. Face-off on the other end, the captain for the Wranglers, Jeff Pekovic. Pekovic wins that one. They try to send it in front, blocked away. Tuzzolino corrals in the corner. Vascavu has a hard time handling another pass, and for the third time in the first 2.5 minutes of the game, the K's have an icing because they're unable to handle an outlet pass coming through the neutral zone. Comet Hockey here on MyTV Fort Wayne, being brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. We want to thank our title sponsor tonight. All right, this is Mike Vascavu. The K's have something going. Cut off on the boards. Marino looks to corral and center. No one home on the centering feed, and that was Cody Purvis outletting. Big blast on the way to Makarov is deflected up into the netting. Sending it in was Jeff May, the defenseman for the Wranglers. Some of the other things that Coach Graham had to talk about today was these face-offs. He said that he's been talking to the guys about the face-offs being an analogy of the line of scrimmage in football, and that they've got to control the line of scrimmage, and that what they really have to control is the 50-50 pucks, the ones where the two guys that do the face-off, that square off in the face-off circle, don't get it cleanly. The forwards have got to do a better job of winning battles and getting those 50-50 face-offs. So that is another thing that you can watch as the K's try to kind of clean up some of their mechanics on the face-offs and win a higher percentage. Jeremy Gates sends one in, and it is gloved by O'Keefe, no problem. So check that. That was Rob Quitt on the shot. Quitt, of course, with San Francisco last year, had 27 points. So far, no points on this season. It'll be King on the square off with Chris Francis. I mentioned he played for the Komets for a brief time a few years ago, back when the Komets were affiliated with the Columbus Blue Jackets, and he has gotten off to a great start to the year, 5 points. And we got a whistle in the corner, an interference call. And it is going to be a power play for the K's. A Rock Bottom Inc. power play, in fact. Rock Bottom Inc. is the answer for customers who consider the environmental and economic benefits of working with a local remanufactured ink cartridge retailer. To learn more, check them out, rockbottominc.com, or give them a call, 260-748-0636. All right, so Komets on the power play. Here's Scott Fleming. For my money, the best player for the Komets through the first 3 games of the season. He has been fantastic. He wins that face-off, and the K's try to set up shop here on this Rock Bottom Inc. power play. This is Fleming setting it up top. Quitt, bat to Fleming, to Dunbar. John Dunbar, centering feed. Back door, and letting it go is Auger. Nice save by O'Keefe. Chris Auger coming in the back door there, got a nice shot. K's are able to keep it in. Zidlowski swings it over to the other side, and Rob Quitt's slap shot is gloved by O'Keefe, no problem. 15:49 to go here in the first period. Still 1 minute and 17 left on the penalty. No score, but the K's looking to try to grab a power play goal here early. Mickey Lang wins that face-off. Tuzzolino, the defenseman at this morning's skate, worked a lot on controlling the puck at the blue line and kind of this very thing, kind of running the offense from the point. Jace Coyle, as his pass over to Tuzzolino is deflected up into the stands. Everybody's okay, so that's good. Still a minute left on the power play. Cays have been in the Wranglers zone for most of the last minute, and they've been able to hold it in. Lang walking in. Over to Vascavu. Tuzzolino thought about the shot and then just flipped one in front. Goes behind the net there. Still 40 seconds on the power play. Vascavu tried to get a little fancy with it, lost handle. And now breaking out are the Wranglers into the zone. And Makarov is able to deflect the save into the corner. That was Charlie Cook on the shot. And another big shot on the other side of the ice. Makarov another save. And now the K's are able to re-corral. So a couple shorthanded opportunities there for Vegas. Vascavu in the Wranglers zone. Flips it in front, deflected by the defenseman, Mike Barron. And that will bring in the end the Rock Bottom Inc. power play. Even strength with 14:22 left to go here in the first period from the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. Guys have been having a fun time. Number of guys on the team never been to Vegas before, so it was a lot of fun on the bus with them coming out of the airport yesterday and having them see the Las Vegas Strip for the first time ever. Kaylee Schrock now getting some ice time with King and Matt Furman. Here's Jeremy Gates. Lost it momentarily. And now the Wranglers do clear the zone. And a collision at center ice. No calls, kind of away from the puck. And all the way down the ice, that will be an icing call. No score, 13:24 left to go here in the first period from Las Vegas. Tommy Schegler bringing you Common Hockey here on MyTV Fort Wayne. Something we're very excited about. Face-off here. And here comes Vegas. Behind the net working. This is Jeff Irwin. Irwin loses it momentarily. Cutting it off is Del Grosso. Del Grosso not able to keep it in. It's cleared. Vegas quickly gets it back in and is on the attack once again. Chad Nearing chasing it down, not able to win that battle, and here come the Komets on the counter. Fleming did not have numbers. He flips it into the corner. And there's Jace Coyle. Tell you what, Weird Karam off of the glass came out in front. Tuzzolino, a shot in front. Vascavu may have gotten a little wood on that. O'Keefe had some problems with it, but is able to make the save. Coyle has got a nice shot from up on the point. He may have the best of the slap shots when it comes to the defenseman. I mean, he can really rocket it from up on the point watching them at the skate around today. Here's Alexander Mentink sending it around the boards for the Wranglers. They're unable to clear. Vascavu got a deflection in front, but it goes wide of the net. K's are doing a good job early of getting some traffic in front, trying to get some deflections to fool O'Keefe. Lang had Marino. Marino looking for Vascavu, set up in the slot, unable to get the pass to him, and the Wranglers clear. Hartman. Hartman is beat, and now the 2-on-1. And Makarov is there for the save.
Fans, don't forget to tweak your teeth.
That was Robbie Smith, who is the other guy on this roster that played for the Komets for just a little while, a couple years back. We have a timeout on the ice. We're going to take it with them. You're watching My Komets on MyTV.
me, Source, we're a different kind of metal recycler. Guys like me are here to answer your questions. Keep the lines moving.
Back to live action here at the Orleans Arena. Komets in the Wranglers zone. Still working. Traffic in front on a shot by Hartman. Not sure it ever actually got to the net. K's leading in shots on goal early on, 6-2. And I believe those two shots, although I don't think that's updated since that breakaway goal we just had moments ago. They may have 3 because they had 2 when they had that shorthanded opportunity a little while back. So I believe it's 6-3. It's not quite updated on the scoreboard as of right now. And we got a whistle down on the ice. Stop play, maybe an offsides. Not sure what we had there, but face-off nonetheless. Thought it was a penalty. Missed that one. My apologies. It is Mike Barron. 2 minutes for hooking. Mike Barron missed that one, but either way, it's another Rock Bottom Inc. power play for the Komets. Their second of the game. Rock Bottom Inc. Check them out, rockbottominc.com, or call them at 248-0636. Let's get a power play goal. Start this thing off right. Tuzzolino thought about the shot. Back to Coyle. He sends one way up top that goes over the goal. And playing it with a high stick. That's going to bring face-off out of the Wranglers zone. Somebody in front got a piece of that. It's going to bring it all the way down to the other end. No score here in the first period. We're almost at the midway point of the first period. 10:19 remaining. K's win the faceoff. Tuzzolino waits behind the new Komet goalie, Andrey Makarov. And there's Marino in front. Couldn't quite get enough wood on it. Another shot sails high for Coyle. K's keep it in, though. Another battle in the corner. This is Vascavu going at it with Nolan Joel Seth-White. Joel Seth-White is able to win that one. Gets it out, and clearing it down to the other end of the ice is Purvis. Still 1 minute left on the Rock Bottom Inc. power play. And nobody home in the neutral zone. K's have to scramble just to get it into the zone. This is John Dunbar on the far side. Dunbar working on the boards. And shot in front is deflected by a defenseman up over the goal. Fleming in the corner. Still 25 seconds on the power play. Auger back up top to Quit. Quit sends it in. Rebound in front. And it goes over the crossbar on the shot by John Dunbar. Man, that was a golden opportunity there for the K's. They got another one right here. Backdoor feed. And Auger couldn't handle it. Quit walks in. And that brings an end to the power play. Quit tried to send it in front at an odd angle from the corner. The Wranglers are finally able to clear, but some good opportunities as O'Keefe gloves that one. And that'll bring us to a face-off. Some good opportunities on the power play there for the K's for sure. Want to mention to everybody the Komets' next home game is coming Friday, November 8th. The Komets host Wheeling at 8 p.m. It's the Fifth Third Bank Military Salute Night as part of the Veterans Day weekend celebration. All active and retired military personnel will be recognized. Veterans will receive a free game ticket for any available seat in the building when they show their service ID at the Coliseum ticket office. Also, the Komets ask all veterans in attendance on November 8th to wear their uniform or Armed Forces hat to the game. So that will be a cool night coming up this Friday in the Coliseum. 7:52 remaining in the first period. We have no score. This is the first of 3 games for the Komets against the Las Vegas Wranglers. K's still looking for that first win of the year. The Wranglers come into this one losers of 4 in a row. So Gary Graham, head coach for the K's, talking a lot the last couple days about how this was going to be 2 desperate hockey teams. I mean, both of these teams need a win badly. Even though we're only a couple weeks into the season, it's still not the direction that either of them want to be going. Chad Nearing's shot sails wide of Makarov. And here's Coyle. Coyle leaving it for Lang. In front, deflection by Vasquez, goes just wide of the net. Another one in front. No one can get wood on it, but once again, K's great traffic in front. Marino, his shot is set up off the stick of O'Keefe and into the netting. Good shift there, though, by the top line of the Komets. We have a timeout on the ice. No score. 6:57 left in the first period. You are watching My Komets on My TV.
In the world of manufacturing, quality and efficiency are equally important. To produce the objects we use daily, it takes a team of problem-solving professionals who can effectively manage resources. The new Industrial Engineering Technology program in the School of Drafting and Design at ITT Technical Institute offers knowledge students can use to pursue entry-level positions, while striving to keep these learning opportunities affordable. The Industrial Engineering Technology program teaches the skills employers look for. In fact, more than 14,000 companies have hired our grads in the last 2 years. And ITT Tech is working to keep education within your financial reach. Make a choice that...
And now, back to My Komets Hockey on My TV Fort Wayne. Presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Back inside the Orleans Arena, chance in front in the slot for Scott Fleming. His shot is deflected. The K's trying to keep it in, but the Wranglers have it and are moving the other way. That was Francis outletting, and a shot deflected up into the netting, coming off of the stick by defenseman Charlie Cook.
Sit between the benches and receive VIP treatment on good night with the Wranglers. Visit a Wranglers representative behind section 110 for more information.
Another face-off coming here. Line change for the K's. Top line back out there. Marino, Vasquez, Lang. Have to like that lineup from a Komets standpoint. A lot of scoring. Both Lang and Marino off to good starts. Both have 4 points. And, of course, Mike Vasquez is very dangerous at all times. He has done a great job, as has the rest of the Komets, but specifically Vasquez over these first 10, 15 minutes of this game of making things happen in front of O'Keefe, the netminder for the Wranglers. Shot deflected into the corner. And Komets come away with it. It's Vasquez getting it to Lang. He's over center ice, and an offsides called on the K's. Parkview Sports Medicine, our proud sponsor of Komet Hockey here on My TV Fort Wayne. Parkview Sports Medicine offers a continuum approach to care. Athletes providing training, treatment, and education for sports enthusiasts at all levels. The programs serve athletes at all ages, providing opportunities to those just beginning their athletic careers, to those who just enjoy staying active and looking to maintain certain aspects of their competitive edge. 5:48 left to go here in the first period. No score between the K's and the Las Vegas Wranglers. They dump it into the corner. Giving chase is Carlo Finucci. Finucci still stalking behind the net. And the K's win another battle. Komets really in full control. Shots on goal 10-2 right now. King in front, walking in, is unable to get it, but sending it on net was Kaylee Schrock. O'Keefe, no problem with that one. Finucci working along with Chad Nearing. His shot was deflected into the corner. Komets win another battle. Here is Fleming. Fleming trying to work around and does get around Mike Barron. Fleming brought down in the corner, and the Wranglers clear. And all alone, Makarov stopping. And that was Matt Tassoni, who was walking in all alone, and Andrey Makarov was able to stand the test as he just stonewalled Tassoni. How did Tassoni get behind everybody like that? Not sure, but Makarov was ready for it and made a huge save there. And that is going to be an icing. 4:18 left to go here in the first from the Orleans Arena that has a number of Fort Wayne Comet jerseys scattered about the crowd here. Kind of cool to see. Great crowd, as always, coming out to support the Komets. Chris Francis, as Fleming gets booted out of the face-off circle. Stepping in, Chris Auger, and Auger wins the battle with Francis. Kay's unable to clear. Makarov deflects it into the corner with his stick. And here come the K's. Fleming outletting to Auger. Auger dumps it, and the K's will get a change. Under 4 minutes to go now here in the first period. And waiting to set up the play and get a rush on is Jeff May. And the Wranglers get it through the neutral zone into the K's zone. Up top, one-timer on the way to Makarov, and he was trying to reach out with his glove. Looked like he was interfered with in the crease. Either way, it did not get by him as that shot sent in by Charlie Cook. All right, Lang. Lang up top to Coyle. He keeps it in, sends it back down behind, and Mike Vascavu has got to leave the area. He had a broken stick and play halted. And I believe that Vascavu is going to head into the box. Not sure how he got that broken stick, but however he did, he ended up having to go into the box for it as Joe Hartman comes over and gives him some new lumber. But this will be the first power play for the Wranglers. And it comes at the 3-minute and 5-second mark left in the first period. No score. That Mike Vascavu playing with a broken stick is the call as he tried to play it. Didn't see that part, but tried to play it while the stick was broken. So he ends up in the box for that. Here's Francis. Francis with Tassoni. Back to Francis. Makarov gets down in that butterfly and deflects it into the corner with his pads. Komets' penalty kill has been great so far this year. They've even scored a couple times, so dangerous at all times. They look to be aggressive. Lang chips it at mid-ice. Goes all the way down to the other side, and Lang pursues all the way down to the other side. Jeff May now leaves it for Greg Coburn. Greg Coburn, as the crowd here for Vegas kind of yelling at the Wranglers to get it going as they waited awful long time to get that rush going. Lang, a nice check here on the near side as they fight for it on the boards. Oh, an open in front. Makarov, a nice save. Wide open, coming, streaking down the slot was Coburn, and he gave it all that he had. Makarov is as advertised so far in this game. The 20-year-old Russian has been fantastic, and one of the Wranglers plays it with a high stick, so that will bring it out of the K's zone with 21 seconds left to go in the power play. And a minute and 26 left in the first period. A Fort Wayne contingent of fans trying to get a Let's Go Komets chant going here with the organ. Kind of drowned it out a bit by the Wrangler fans. It is cool to be this far away from Fort Wayne and to see so many Fort Wayne fans. Is that one a scary bounce in the corner off of the boards as Makarov had already come out from behind the net to try to play it, and it ended up deflecting right off of the side of the netting. Scary moment, but the K's kill off the penalty. We're back to full strength. Coburn behind his own net, setting up shop. Under a minute to go here in the first period. No score. Joel Seth White brings it out from behind his net, and Fleming almost steals it away. Joel Seth White to Barron. And the K's doing a great job on the forecheck, really taking the action to the Wranglers right now. Wranglers still unable to get it out of their zone, and almost stealing it away from behind was John Dunbar. They still have not been able to get it out, and the K's steal it away in the neutral zone again. Here's Fleming. Fleming to Dunbar. Back to Auger, and Auger can't handle it. It does clear the zone. Tozolino, though, sends it back in, and that will about do it for the first period. No score here from Las Vegas in the Orleans Arena. The Komets have come across the country looking for their first win of the season, and they really take the action to the home team, the Las Vegas Wranglers, here in the first period. Out shooting the Wranglers 11-7 here in the first period. A couple of nice opportunities for Vegas in the last couple of minutes of the period, but Andrey Makarov was there on a number of big saves, and early on, obviously it's only 20-minute sample, but early on really looks like the K's may have something going with Makarov because they think that he could be here for a little bit of time. Sabres have really got a good situation above him at goal, and they want to see this young prospect get some playing time. That's something that the Komets can provide, and man, in the first period looked pretty good there for
Weather Source all day long is pinpoint. And now, back to My Komets Hockey on My TV Fort Wayne, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Loses an edge in the corner. That allows Jeff May and the Wranglers to swipe at it, but winning a 2-on-1 was Mickey Lang momentarily, but the Wranglers are able to clear. Now coming through center ice, Makarov, the save, then lets it go. And losing it is Chase Coyle. Tozolino luckily was right there because Coyle just lost a handle on it. Now out in front. And the Komets able to clear. Here's Brandon Marino. No numbers, going to dump it in. He's taken out on the boards after he flipped that into the corner. K's get a change. Out comes Tristan King and his line. Kaylee Schrock. Sean Zidlowski. Here's King. King crossed the blue line. Tries to make a move on Del Grosso. Joe Hartman pinching down. Wisely gets back up. Coyle sends it back in behind the Wrangler net. Zidlowski. There's Schrock, and his shot is deflected up into the netting.
View the Las Vegas Valley as Las Vegas Balloon Rides takes you.
17:56 left here in the second period. Opening moments of the second period. A scoreless game right now between the Komets and the Las Vegas Wranglers. The first of 3 straight games in 3 nights between these two teams. This is Scott Fleming stepping in against the captain, Jeff Pokovich. In front, making a move. John Dunbar walked in on O'Keefe, but wasn't able to finish the move off before it was taken away. And here comes the Wranglers, using his speed and flying down the ice. Mentink. Another good opportunity as the K's are unable to clear. Robbie Smith really giving a hard time to the K's, but they are able to clear it. Now they tack the other way. Nice opportunity for Fleming, and it goes in! It somehow got underneath O'Keefe as Fleming sent it in front, and it may have been deflected as we take a look at the replay. Here is Dunbar centering it. Fleming had it and never really got a great wood on it. Didn't get great wood on it, but it still got to the net, and it fooled Mitch O'Keefe, and the Komets are on the board. 1-0. So for the 4th straight game, the Komets have scored the first goal of the game. John Dunbar will get the assist. And speaking of assists, for more than 6 decades, Gregory Associates has been Fort Wayne's insurance leader, whether it's auto, home, or any combination of that you require. Gregory Associates is the clear choice to meet all your protection needs. Let Matt Gregory assist you in obtaining the best rates possible. Give him a call, 432-3695. Gregory Associates, one of the great sponsors of our Komet broadcast here on MyTV Fort Wayne. And this broadcast has the K's up 1-0 and maybe 2-0 as a wraparound, spinning around shot by Brandon Marino in front of O'Keefe is saved by the netminder for the Wranglers. Another good opportunity here. Here's Marino again. Can't get a stick on the centering feed, but the K's feeling it right now. The top line in attack mode. Back door, Coyle, and a big glove save by O'Keefe. 16:13 left to go here in the second period from the Orleans Arena. The Komets have taken a 1-0 lead over the Las Vegas Wranglers. Now here's the key, everybody. Can they keep it, and can they keep the intensity going for the amount of time that they need to?
Visit galleryatsunset.com for more information.
All right, back to live action here. The Wranglers wrap it around. Makarov was unable to corral it behind the net, kept it live, but Komets win the battle on the far boards and are able to clear. It's those little battles that we've talked so much about, not only on Sound Off with the Komets, all sides for the K's there.
Attention fans, Wranglers.
It's those little battles that they have to win, and they have definitely done that through the first 25 minutes of this game. Let's see if they can keep it up. You're watching My Komets on MyTV.
1-800-SAY-50. I know you got me covered.
And now, back to My Komets Hockey on MyTV Fort Wayne. Presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
On My Komets on MyTV, and Chris Auger has just put the Komets in front 2-0 with a goal on Mitch O'Keefe. As we take another look on the replay, a couple of opportunities. O'Keefe was unable to cover it up, and the rebound came right down for Chris Auger, and he nets his second goal of the season, and now the Komets have a 2-0 lead here in Las Vegas. So the Komets have come out in the first 5 minutes of this second period and really taken control. Another turnover in the neutral zone. Here come the Komets again. O'Keefe has to knock that one away. Centering feed, no one home. Coyle. Here's Brandon Marino in front. Tuzzolino is able to keep it in. Mickey Lang sends one high, and it is covered up. Nice save for O'Keefe. But, man, the front line for the Komets right now is smelling blood, and they are in full-on attack mode. Really have to like this line of Mike Vasquez, Brandon Marino, and Mickey Lang, as there are weapons everywhere. And it just appears that the Komets have decided that they are going to fight for every inch of the ice. Del Grosso into the zone for the Wranglers. Nice little move, but K's are able to clear. Wranglers dump it in again. They keep it in the corner and fighting for it. Tassoni up top. Shot on the way, goes wide of the net. Brian Nugent in front. Puck loose in front. K's trying desperately to clear, and Lang comes away with it. But Barron steals it away in the neutral zone. And giving chase, Cody Purvis. Purvis unable to win a battle with Tuzzolino, but Makarov is there for a big save on a really good slap shot here on the near side from Barron, and then some extra activity in front of Makarov. And you really have to be impressed with what the Komets have done here in the first 6+ minutes of the second period here from the Orleans Arena. They have scored 2 goals. And as Scott Fleming is able to net his first goal of the season. Fleming came in with 3 assists, the rookie out of Dartmouth. He is able to tally his first goal as a Komet. And then Chris Auger, his second goal. And Komets have taken control 2-0. And this Friday, November 8th, the Komets host Wheeling at 8 p.m. It's Fifth Third Bank Military Salute Night as part of the Veterans Day weekend celebration. All active and retired military personnel will be recognized. Veterans will receive a free game ticket for any available seat in the building when they show their service ID at the Coliseum ticket office. Also, the Komets ask all veterans in attendance November 8th to wear their uniform or Armed Forces hat to the game. That will be a fun night this coming Friday, the 8th, as the Komets host Wheeling at 8 o'clock. And we want to mention our title sponsor for tonight's broadcast, Parkview Sports Medicine. PSM has been a great title sponsor of Komet Hockey here on MyTV. We appreciate their support and has really helped us and allowed us to bring you these games. As I mentioned throughout, you are watching a scoreboard feed. That is the video feed we are receiving from the Wranglers facility here, the scoreboard feed here in the arena. So you are seeing everything that the crowd here in the live audience is seeing. So that's why you might be seeing some graphics every once in a while and a couple of things that don't totally match up with what I'm saying, but just put that out there so that you at home realize exactly what you are watching, and it is something that we are very excited to be bringing you is these Komet road games, but part of it is getting the feed from the home team's video feed. So as long as you know that, you know what you're looking at, and you can go from there. It looked like an offsides there, but nonetheless, Makarov is able to make the save on the shot sent in by Carlo Fanucci. Shots on goal, 19-13. K's with the advantage. And they're up 2-0 in this game. 13:10 left in the second period. And kicked out of the face-off circle, Pakovic. And then unable to win the face-off is Robbie Smith for the Wranglers. So the K's control. They've done pretty good on the face-offs. Lang chases it down in the corner. Vasquez sends it up to Danny Pepin. Haven't seen Pepin on the ice a lot so far tonight. He's paired up right now with Rob Quitt. Marino sends it down into the corner. And Vasquez back to Marino as they cycle it around. Marino backdoor to Coyle. And it kind of hops up over his stick, or he had a wide open shot on O'Keefe. They send it in front. Coyle pinches down, but recovers well. Continuing to chase it down is Mentink. Mentink is a speedster for the Wranglers. He has gone right by several defenders, giving chase in a dump and chase type situation for the Komets. Hasn't hurt the K's as of yet, but they definitely have to deal with Mentink's speed throughout this weekend's 3-game series. Makarov covers up with or makes the glove save and holds on. And Marino and his line will come on off. Jeremy Gates, Joe Hartman come on defensively. And they're joined by the Scott Fleming line that is responsible for the 2 goals. And we've talked so much about the top line for the Komets. Should be giving praise as well to the number 2 line, as Chris Auger and Fleming, the 2 that have gotten the Komet goals tonight. John Dunbar swipes at it. Turnover. And here's Fleming. Fleming. Del Grosso. And we're going to get a call.
Fans, Wranglers president Billy Johnson is writing mostly random nonsense. Don't miss the list.
And I believe this is going to be a penalty on the Wranglers. It is going to be a penalty on the Wranglers. And it is going to be slashing, 2 minutes slashing Del Grosso. So Del Grosso goes into the box, so 2 minutes. And that brings up a Rock Bottom Inc. power play for the Komets. Del Grosso in the box for 2 minutes. Auger, the blast from up top, deflected in front. On the doorstep was Fleming, but he was unable to get a shot up. Komets maintain control. Quit. Auger, deflected in front, and clearing was Palkovich. Makarov leaves it for Quit. 11 minutes left in the second period. 2-0 Komets. 1:15 left on this Rock Bottom Inc. power play for the K's. Lang takes it across the blue line. Lang driving towards the net. Leaves it for Marino in the corner. And nobody home as Marino sent it back up top. Tuzzolino gives chase. Outlets back. And this is Vasquez. Vasquez in the near side corner again, battling. And the Wranglers clear. 40 seconds left on the power play. Tuzzolino has the puck taken right away from him. Into the neutral zone. Big slap shot. Makarov tried to make the save. Luckily, it went just wide of the net because that one was coming off the stick of Cody Purvis. And offsides called. 16 seconds on the Rock Bottom Inc. power play. Rock Bottom is the answer for customers who consider the environmental and economic benefits of working with a local remanufactured ink cartridge retailer. To learn more, check them out, rockbottominc.com, or give them a call, 748-0636. 10 minutes exactly left in the second period and 10 seconds exactly left in the power play. This will be the last rush for the K's for back at even strength. Tristan King turns it over as he heads into the zone, but Joe Hartman takes it right back in. He sends one in on O'Keefe, deflects off the top half of his chest pad. Del Grosso out of the box now as we are back at even strength, and he is going up against King here on the near side boards. Centered in front, weird deflection, and sending it out of the zone. Charlie Cook all the way down to the other end. Here's Kaylee Schrock. Schrock has it taken away from him very quickly, and a nice outlet pass. And there's Mentink. There's that speed as he goes right around Jeremy Gates. Mentink is a speedster. Luckily, the Komets do a really good job in the corner. And the threat is no longer a problem as they go all the way down to the other end, and O'Keefe covers up on the light shot offered up by Scott Fleming. 2-0, 8:52 left to go here in the second period from the Orleans Arena. This is game one of 3 straight between the Komets and Wranglers. And so far, the Komets in full control of this one. Here come the Wranglers through center ice into the zone. And a whistle. And there's going to be a penalty coming up, I believe, on the Komets. And it's on Mike Vascavu. He does not like the call at all. And it's going to be for slashing. 2 minutes. Slashing. That'll bring up a power play for the Wranglers. So penalty kill situation for the Komets. Scott Fleming will be joined by Chris Auger, Joe Hartman, and Jeremy Gates. Gates has had a good start to the season. All right, sir. Irwin here in the near side corner. Up top, Del Grosso. His shot goes wide. One of the things that Gary Graham talked about was the K's being disciplined tonight. Penalties have hurt them in the past, just giving up so many penalties. Although the penalty kill has been great, you expend a lot of energy while trying to burn them off, and they've done a pretty good job so far tonight. I believe this is only their second penalty of the night. It is only their second penalty of the night. Let's hope it doesn't hurt them here. Up at the blue line, this is Coburn. Coburn to Purvis. Back to Irwin. Irwin sends one in. And the K's clear. Giving chase, Brandon Marino. 1 minute left on the Wrangler power play. Mickey Lang doing what he does best, and that is just pursuing the puck the entire distance. They get a quick change. Out comes Kaylee Schrock, along with Matt Furman. Makarov plays it behind the net. Oh, and Rob Quitt upends to Sony. He wanted a call as the K's are able to clear. Danny Pepin. 20 seconds left on the power play. Tassoni wanted a call on Rob Quitt, and it did not come. That could have hurt the K's big time. Here come the Wranglers. Shot sent in on Makarov. No problem with the pad save. Here's Schrock across the blue line. Furman does a good job staying on side, and we are back at even strength. Mike Vascavu comes out of the block, and the K's have killed off the second penalty of the night. And they remain up 2-0. Makarov, another save with the blocker. Working behind the net to Sony. Back to center and then back in quickly. Tuzzolino sends it in front of his own net. Here comes John Dunbar. Dunbar sends one on net that didn't quite find its way. Back and forth action, 5:44 left to go in the second period. Komets up 2-0 here in Vegas. This is Fleming. Nice move, and O'Keefe is there on the save. Little toe drag. And that was a pretty shot by Scott Fleming. We got a timeout on the ice. We are going to take it with them. You're watching My Komets on My TV.
Back to My Komets Hockey on My TV Fort Wayne, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back here to the Orleans Arena. Tommy Schegler on the call as the Komets have a 2-0 lead on the Las Vegas Wranglers. Joe Hartman sends one in, and scooping up and holding on is Mitch O'Keefe. That was the 24th shot on goal tonight for the Komets. Coming to you from Las Vegas. Always a fun place. Not a fun place if you're a coach. Gary Graham with a lot of extra stress. He comes in not having a win in the first 3 games of the season, so you have that stress, and then you come to a place like Las Vegas and just hope that your guys don't do anything stupid as the puck comes out in front of O'Keefe but never finds its way. Pepin hangs up at the blue line and keeps it in, and hanging out in the slot, Lang swiped at it but couldn't get a good shot off. That being said, about some of the distractions that go along with things, to the guys' credits, the gentlemen on the Komets roster done a great job so far. We got here yesterday. All of the guys seemed completely focused. Gary told me that everybody was even early into their rooms for curfew, so the guys came here knowing that they needed to take advantage of this opportunity here in Vegas with 3 straight against the Wranglers. In front, shot by Lang, stopped by O'Keefe. Sending it around the boards and took a funny bounce out in front. Momentarily, Lang had a shot at it. Pepin is unable to keep it in. Thought he was able to keep it in there for a second, and now some action down here on the near side. This is Pepin getting into it with Brian Nugent, the rookie. And Pepin is in full control of this one. Handling the little guy. Tossing him around like a rag doll. Danny Pepin. And the crowd loving it here in the Orleans Arena. Simone Danny Pepin and the rookie Brian Nugent go at it here. Give the crowd a nice show. There you see it again. Right at the end of the play, a couple of extra checks, and Danny said, youngster, let me teach you a couple things.
Each for Friday. Time of penalties, 15 minutes and 33 seconds of the second period.
All right, back to live action here. Scott Fleming loses the face-off. This is Del Grosso out there with Mentink. And here's Fleming. Fleming's got a 2-on-2, working with Auger. Leaves it for Auger, and his shot goes just wide. Here's Auger. Coyle set up. He's got that rocket launcher of a shot out in front, loose puck. Centering feed, knocked down to the air, and O'Keefe covers up. More physical play. Want to make sure we mention our title sponsor for Comet Hockey here on MyTV Fort Wayne, Parkview Sports Medicine. PSM is a collaboration between Sport One Orthopedics, AWP Sports Training, Parkview Athletic Rehabilitation, and Parkview Physicians Group. Also included in the PSM reach are affiliated physicians, therapists, trainers, businesses, sports facilities, teams, and families. Partnerships have been developed with the Plex, Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, Fort Wayne Tin Cap, Spiece Fieldhouse, and the Diamond. Tristan King in the slot, working. Made the defender fall down. Didn't have anyone to outlet to, so now they battle in the corner. And going around, working around Joe Hartman, but Hartman not letting Purvis get around him. Good defensive play there by Hartman, who I think has been very solid early on. Not a flashy offensive defenseman, but just does the things that you need a defenseman to do, and does a real good job on locking down on the attackers for the opposition. Refs are getting together here, trying to figure a couple things out. And they end up with the face-off out of the Komet zone. 3:24 left to go in the game. Or not in the game, excuse me, in the period. Second period we are in, 3:24 left in the second period. And the Komets up 2-0 here on the Las Vegas Wranglers. Looking for their first win. We'll have tomorrow night's game between these same two teams here on MyTV as well. 10 o'clock the start time. Working behind the net. Now sending one in front. Makarov swiped it out of the air. Barron sends another one in. Purvis camped out in front. Purvis gives chase behind the net once again. Fanucci also back there. Fanucci working against Tuzzolino. Doing a good job of keeping it in play and keeping that cycle going, but now the Komets are able to break it up. And here comes Mickey Lang. The speed on this line is fantastic. Lang looking for a centering feed, just a little wide on the pass to Marino, and now the Wranglers have numbers. 3-on-2. Centering feed, and a score! As driving to the net and scoring in front was Robbie Smith. And Brandon Marino was not the type of guy that usually goes after the refs, is not happy about what happened on that play. As we look at the replay, Robbie Smith driving to the net in front and scoring, making this a 2-1 game. The Komets lead cut in half with 2:21 left in the second period. And I don't want to be the one to say it, but you know what? I'm the only one talking right now, so I'm just going to say it. You have to think that there's got to be a little bit in the back of the minds of the K's when a script like this starts playing out, only because it's happened in every game. Early lead, and then the team that they're playing responds. Here's the big question mark. Can the K's break the trend of what has happened over the first three games? Let's see how they respond coming out of that goal from the Wranglers. This is going to be a key moment, not only in this game, but in the early part of the season for the Komets. Tassoni and Francis get the assist on those plays. They're on that play. Robbie Smith gets the goal. That one went up in to the bench area. Proud representative of West Bend Mutual Insurance Company and a proud Komet sponsor, let Matt Gregory and Gregory Associates assist you with your insurance needs. Whether it's for home and auto, life, or business insurance, since 1933, a family business taking care of families and business. Under 2 minutes to go here in the second period. 2-1 K's after the goal by Las Vegas. There's Hartman tracking it down in his own zone. Joel Sethright sends it in. Makarov goes around and plays it. And here come the K's on the breakout. Into the zone is Dunbar. Dunbar sends one in. O'Keefe let it go free in front, but nobody was there. And we got a high sticking call, I believe, on Del Grosso. Let me get the official word from the refs. But in front, driving to the net there, was one of the Komets. And the puck was free. O'Keefe let the rebound come out in front. And I believe it's a high sticking call. Yep, high sticking, Del Grosso. That's the official word. So it is going to be a Rock Bottom Inc. power play for the K's. Call the guys at Rock Bottom Inc. as Coyle sends one in. 748-0636. Let's see if the K's can cash. Minute left. Oh, and a nice opportunity. And scoring in front is Mickey Lang from the slot. A power play goal for Mickey Lang. And we talked about how are the Komets going to respond, and I think they just answered my question. A power play goal, and it's now a 2-score game once again as the K's are up 3-1. Marino and Coyle get the assist. We were just talking about Matt Gregory Associates. Let them assist you with your insurance needs. Give Mac a call, 432-3695. Just under 40 seconds left to play here in the second period. Komets up 3-1 on the Wranglers. Zidlowski turns it over in the neutral zone. Coyle working against two Wranglers here on the near side. Shot in. Makarov sprawled out. Makes the save that May threw in there. Jeff May, the defenseman. And we got a penalty called in front, and I believe it's going to be on Rob Quitt. There was a little extra shoving in front of the net there. Ref right on top of it called Rob Quitt out right away, sent him to the box. It's kind of a silly penalty there for Rob Quitt, and that's what Gary Graham was talking about, being disciplined. Staying focused once you have the lead. See Quitt in the penalty box.
52 Quitt, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 19 minutes and 34 seconds of the second period. That's Quitt, 2 minutes for roughing.
All right, so here comes a power play. Pokovich, the captain for the Wranglers, squaring off against Fleming. Oh, and a big turnover, and a one-timer fanned on. That was Cody Francis, probably the Wranglers' best player, and he fanned on a great opportunity as he had Makarov in a really precarious situation. Sending it in, knocking it away with the pads is Makarov, and that is the way that the second period will wrap up. Here from the Orleans Arena, the Wranglers will have the power play when we begin the third, but it's the Komets that have a 2-goal lead, 3 goals in the second period. Fleming, Auger, Lang, all getting goals for the Komets. who now lead in the shots on goal category 30-23. The K's 30 shots on goal through 2 periods. So they are working hard out there and sending a lot of rubber at Mitch O'Keefe. So you might occasionally see some graphics or some other things on the screen that you wouldn't normally see in a traditional TV broadcast, but as I said, this is how we have worked out to be able to provide you with what we knew you wanted, and that was more Comet hockey and road games for the K's. So just know that up front. And as I've said repeatedly, we are learning this as we go along too. So I think every broadcast, the hope is it will get a little bit better as we go along. But us at 21 Alive and MyTV, along with our great sponsors, Parkview Sports Medicine and others. Of course, Parkview Sports Medicine, our title sponsor, wanted to bring you Comet hockey, and this is how we were able to come together to make that happen for you. So opening moments of the third period here, the K's with a 3-1 lead. A couple different storylines for certain, but one of them definitely has to be the play of the Comets' new goalie, Andrey Makarov. He has stopped 22 of the 23 shots that he has seen, and he is, as advertised from a talent standpoint, appears to be so, as he's made a number of big saves. A big-time prospect from the Buffalo Sabres system. Got him from Rochester, 20-year-old, 6'1", Russian. Made a big name for himself in the Junior World Championships. Shot sent in on Makarov, pad save. Deflects off into the corner. Mentink sends it behind to the captain, Pakovic. Cycling with Mentink. Del Grosso sends it back into the corner. Pakovic. Tuzolino went down in front of the Comets' net, but quickly gets back up, and the K's are able to clear finally. Tuzolino off the boards, takes a high bounce, settles in at center ice. 7:42 left to go in the game. Comets lead at 3-1. Giving Jason a big hit as well. Joel Seth White. Joel Seth White, defenseman. That shot by Jeremy Gates is deflected up into the netting behind the Wranglers' goal.
To get services behind section 110 to claim your prize.
Face-off coming. Remember, My Komets on MyTV continues tomorrow night. We'll be bringing you Game 2 of this 3-game set between these two squads. Same airtime, 10 o'clock tomorrow night on MyTV Fort Wayne. Noticed on Twitter here that a number of people are watching tonight. Thank you for that. There's Auger's shot, takes a weird deflection off a stick, settles in the corner. Also being told that the Dish customers out there have not been able to find MyTV Fort Wayne. I will definitely, when I get back into town, try to check into that and see if we can get that rectified. 16:54 left in the game. 3-1 K's. Tuzolino, a shot deflected in front, goes wide of the net. Can the K's keep a lead? Can they play a full 60-minute game? All questions that need to be answered here in this last 17 minutes. Another shot gets deflected up high. Now to play.
Monday, December 16th at 11:59 p.m. featuring the Bella Electric Strings. Tickets are on sale now at the Orleans Arena box office.
$16:28 to go in the game. 3-1. K's in front. Gary Graham looking for his first win as the head coach of the Komets. Rob Quitt battling on the boards. The K's have won quite a few battles tonight. I mean, you watch a game throughout, and a lot of times, and you feel like over the course of 60 minutes, it kind of a lot of times evens itself out. But it has been noticeable tonight. The 50-50 pucks, the fighting deep in the corner, the battles that need to be done in the corner and on the boards. K's have gotten the better half of it a lot more often than not. Wranglers try to keep it in. Scott Fleming won't have it. Here they come. Into the zone. Shot on the way. Rebound. No one there to follow it up. All right, the Wrangler crowd is a little restless here. I was up in the concourse during the intermission show where we were showing you some of Sound Off with the Komets this past week with Brandon Marino, and ran into a number of Fort Wayne fans. Everybody just having a good time out here, kind of gathering. A bunch of orange jerseys and hats. It's just kind of cool to see all the way out here in Las Vegas. Puck free behind the net. Mentink with Gates working on him. Hartman comes in. Mentink, though, able to keep possession. Sends it up top. Now they swing it around. May thinks about a shot, and it goes wide of the net. Trying to keep it in, but unable to do so. Coburn. Here come the K's. Auger, a bouncing puck. Scooped up with the glove. O'Keefe hangs on.
Fans, it's time for the Buca de Beppo Lucky Seat of the Night. If you're seated in section 108, row PC10, congratulations, you've won a dinner for two from Buca de Beppo. Stop by the guest services booth. We'll get on the
Mike Vascovou steps into the face-off circle. Going to go up against Jeff Irwin. And Vask wins it. Marino sends one in. Mickey Lang wanted a call. From the Wranglers, centering. Off of Coyle's skate, but he's able to backhand it off the boards and out of the zone. This first line, I've talked about it a lot tonight, and has looked good. Right here, they give up a scoring possibility. Oh, and getting down and blocking the shot, Vascovou, he quickly comes off. He is definitely favoring his right leg, and he is doubled over down on the bench as he gave up his body for that one. But we're going to have to see exactly what happened or what the result of that play is. Fantastic play by Mike Vascovou, but he appears to be in pain over on the bench. There's Bobby Hughes is out right now because he took a block shot off of an ankle. There's a timeout on the ice right now. We will take it with them. The K's still up 3-1, just under 14 to go here in Vegas. You're watching My Komets on My TV.
Access Health Dental, the official dentist of the Wranglers.
An Omnisource. This red hat means I'm the go-to guy for all your questions about selling scrap metal. So your next haul will be more worthwhile than your last. We're here to help, even if you don't know your brass from your elbow. Get frank advice and fair payment at an Omnisource yard near you.
All my life I've been trying to make it, and all my life I've been trying to take it.
And now, back to My Komets Hockey on My TV Fort Wayne. Presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
And welcome back inside of the Orleans Arena, where Danny Pepin once again for the second time tonight getting into it with one of the Wranglers. This time it's Jeff Pakovich, the captain for the Wranglers. And once again, the big fella seemed to get the better of that. And Danny Pepin is a load. He's a tall dude, 6'7", 240. He's got some work in tonight, though, I tell you that. And he's talking it over. And so we had just gotten through the face-off and gotten back to live action, and Pakovich and Pepin dropped the gloves. You can see it here on the replay. And they had just called a whistle. And here we go. Oh, man. Pepin's right hand is going to be sore. See, he gave it several good shots with that new rule that the helmet cannot be removed unless it's removed by the person you're fighting. I mean, he hit the back of that helmet several times, but so both Danny Pepin and Pakovich in the box. Three to 1 is our score. Komets in front.
Number 10, Jeff Pakovich, 2 minutes for interference and 5 minutes for fighting. Time of the penalties, 6 minutes and 27 seconds of the third period.
Here come the Wranglers into the zone. Got a good rush on, a nice block by Tuzzolino as quite a wave was coming into the zone there, and Nolan Joel Sethwhite letting a shot go, and the Wranglers had a couple guys coming down the middle driving at the net. Good play by Tuzzolino to deflect that shot away. All right, Rob quit after a face-off won by the K's. Scott Fleming. Quit sends it in the near side corner. Del Grosso turns it over. Dunbar in front and poked away by Coburn. And we are going to have a call on Del Grosso as he put Dunbar into the boards pretty hard on the far side corner. And the Komets are going to have a Rock Bottom Inc. power play coming up. Official call, that's interference, 2 minutes, Del Grosso. So the K's Rock Bottom Inc. power play. Rock Bottom is your answer for customers who consider the environmental and economic benefits of working with a local remanufactured ink cartridge retailer. To learn more, check out rockbottominc.com or call those guys, 260-248-0636 over in New Haven. Great bunch of guys and great supporters of Komet Hockey. Rock Bottom Inc. Now let's see if the K's can get some insurance here. A 3-goal lead would be huge with 12 minutes left to go in this one, as they lead it right now 3-1. Here they come into the zone. Vasquez taken down and now pushed into the net. O'Keefe gives him a swipe on the back. That is good to see Vasquez back out there, by the way. And as you remember just a couple minutes ago, he blocked that shot and went off in a considerable amount of pain. Halfway through the power play for the K's. Quit the outlet. Ooh, pass just a little long for Fleming, and that's going to be an icing.
The Icebox with food, beverage, glass shaking action, and the best view in all of hockey. For more information on how you can book the Icebox, visit Wranglers Guest Services behind section 110.
Graphics Output is a proud Komets supporter and your locally owned single-source commercial graphics printing service provider. Their facility features screen printing, digital cutting, and finishing equipment.
Guests. So Nick Boucher and Cahill in the house. Big shot sent in by Jeff May, went high. And the K's are still on the power play here, but not looking like it right now. Go on down to Champion Sports Bar Monday night. Someone in the live audience is going to win a autographed Steve Fletcher bobblehead along with 4 tickets to an upcoming Komets game. 7:30 Champion Sports Bar, the Courtyard by Marriott, downtown Fort Wayne. All right, 10 seconds left in the power play. One that's been kind of uneventful for the K's. Zidlowski trying to keep it in the zone. Fleming tried to swipe it out of the air. And Del Grosso is out of the box. And he gives off the outlet. K's quickly take it away from Joel Sethwhite. King, nice pass. Coming up the right side and sending one in is Schrocky. Rebound in front. Can't get it on net again. That was a nice pass by Tristan King to Kaylee Schrock. 10 minutes left to go in this game. Komets have a 3-1 lead, looking for their first win of the season. Matt Furman sends it in deep. O'Keefe plays it. Mickey Lang again. He just forces the action. Really relentless in his pursuit. That aggressive style that Gary Graham loves. May tries to send one in. Goes wide. They cycle it around the backside. Working in front to Sony. Gives it off. May was camped out in the slot. Here's to Sony again. Sony, a little nice bit of stick work. Up top and sending one in. Never quite made it. Barron shot from out by the blue line, and the K's clear. There's Brandon Marino giving chase, and he wins that battle on May. Looking to center. Finds. Shot on goal. Fleming, another shot on goal. Quit. Fleming taken down in front, but tracks it down in the corner to Dunbar. Out of Marino. Marino comes free. To Dunbar. Wraparound attempt coming and off of the bar, off of the post. It looked like it was a score for a second, but the referee said no right away. Rung it off the post. John Dunbar needs to get a goal. He's had a good start to the season, but has been unable to cash. I was talking to him the other day, and he said, you just don't like to go through slow stretches right at the beginning. It's one thing if it comes right in the middle of the season, but have it start out, and that's when it starts to get in your head a little bit. But he's playing well. He's getting opportunities. Almost had his first goal right there. Under 8 minutes to go now in the game. Mentink. Rob Quit all over him in the corner. Joe Hartman comes in and takes it away. Schrocky flips it up into the neutral zone. Del Grosso, the outlet. Here's the speedster. Mentink sends one in. Makarov, no problem. Taken away from Brian Nugent is Rob Quit in the corner. 3-1 Komets. They're trying to protect the lead. Wranglers turn it over. Kays give it right back. Lowski did a good job not touching it on the delayed offsides there. Charlie Cook looking to get something started for the Wranglers as he comes out from behind his own net. It's met by Mickey Lang. They do successfully get it through the neutral zone, but don't win the race down at the other end. Flying in is Purvis, putting a hit on Tuzzolino, but the big guy not even phased. Lang gets around a defender, sends one in. It goes wide. Marino getting physical on the near side. Nice check, cutting off Robbie Smith. Lang again, 1-on-3. Not even phased, taken down here on the near side by Finucci. But still Lang with the puck. Down to Marino. Centering feed. Intercepted and now cleared by the Wranglers. This is Finucci. Finucci flips it up as they dump and chase. To Sony. Battling in the corner with Hartman. Kays win another race and another battle. Approaching the 5-minute mark as the Komets get a change. 3-1. Kays with a 2-goal lead. Starting to smell possibly their first victory of the season, and they can stop asking the questions that guys like me keep asking. When are you going to get that first win? Tuzzolino. Ooh, out in front. Makarov there for another nice save as the puck came loose on a kind of a weird bounce off a stick. Makarov, another great save. I can count at least 3 or 4, and he has really come through as you see the replay. That earlier chance by the Komets. We have a timeout on the ice, however. We got to take it with them. You're watching My Komets on My TV.
My TV, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. We'll be right back.
My Komets on My TV.
YMCA going on here at the Orleans Arena. They had a problem with the glass behind the Komets goal. Looks like they have repaired that quickly. So we are about ready to get started up here. Home stretch of this game, 5 minutes and 12 seconds remain, and the Komets have a 3-1 lead. Face-off fought for, and Dunbar tried to poke it away, unable to do so, but still giving chase. Cook with it. Sends it around to Del Grosso. Here comes Palkovich. Fight for it on the far side board. Kays clear. Under 5 minutes to go now. Del Grosso driving, centering. Here come the Wranglers on another wave. Backhand towards the net. Sent in by Brian Nugent. And unable to handle it and coming away with it is Zidlowski. Zidlowski centering to King! And O'Keefe stands tall and makes the save. King was walking in. Had an opportunity there. Hey, got to mention once again, for more than 6 decades, Gregory Associates has been Fort Wayne's insurance leader, whether it's auto, home, any combination you might require. Gregory Associates is the clear choice to meet all of your protection needs. Let Matt Gregory assist you in obtaining the best rates possible. Give them a call, 432-3695. Case send it in and get a change. Matt Furman. His guys come off. Coming back on. Kaylee Schrock. Along with Mike Vascavu. Brandon Marino. Schrock getting a little bit more time. Kays have definitely gone into defensive mode with just 3 minutes remaining in the game and a 2-goal lead. A win tonight would put them at 1-1-2 on the season. Kind of change the whole feel. They dump it in. Like Vascavu. And we got a call away from the whistle, or away from the puck, I should say. An unsportsmanlike conduct call, I believe, is what the referee just signaled. And he's over at the bench of the Wranglers talking it over with the coach, Mike Medill. Mike Medill is an interesting story as I was doing the preparations for this game. He was the team's captain last year, and now he is the head coach and general manager. Played 5 seasons with the Wranglers. And the Komets are going to have a Rock Bottom Inc. power play after the unsportsmanlike conduct call. And in the box is Matt Tassoni. So this is setting up perfect for the Komets on the power play for a minute and 40 of the last 2:30. So almost the remainder of the game. Cook walking in, tries to center. Sent into the boards. No shot on Makarov, who has been fantastic tonight here for the Komets, giving them a real spark. Kays are 1 shot away from 40 shots on goal. So this really an all-around team victory if they can hold on for this last 10-18. And he just announced the official attendance, as you can see it on the screen there. Just over 5,000 in attendance, 5,196. And this is a nice little arena. As you can see some orange in that crowd, people with Comet jerseys. Nice little arena attached to the Orleans Hotel and Casino. All right, here come the Komets. Brandon Marino is trying to center it. Mickey Lang sends it over to Coyle. Centering. Lang goes a little high. He couldn't get good wood on it. Taken away, and going the other way is Francis. Here's Cody Francis. Across the blue line, taken away as Francis lost the stick. 44 seconds remains on the Rock Bottom Inc. power play. Vascavu tried to go around Cook, lost it. Tuzzolino loses it as he tried to bring it in. Minute 20 left in the game, 28 seconds left on the power play for the Komets. They have a 2-goal lead at 3-1. Closing in on their first win of the season. Here is Coyle retreating into his own zone. 10 seconds left in the power play. Lang slaps it along. See if O'Keefe gets pulled here as Del Grosso puts it on. Here comes O'Keefe. O'Keefe is being pulled on his way to the bench. So an extra attacker out there for the Wranglers. 33 seconds to go. One last push by the Wranglers here as they fight for it in the corner. Francis, along with several others. Here's Furman. Furman to Schrock. Schrock couldn't quite get it to that empty net. 13 seconds left to go. Under 5, 4. And the Komets are going to get their first win of the season. A 3-1 victory in the first of 3 games against the Las Vegas Wranglers. And a little bit of action at the end that I'm sure will build toward tomorrow night's tilt between these two squads. We're going to take a break. The Komets get their first win of the year. 3-1, your final here from Vegas.
The Wranglers' next home game is tomorrow night, Saturday, November 2nd at 7:05 p.m. against the same Fort Wayne Komets. Remember, it's still Military Appreciation Weekend, and Thor from the Avengers will be back live in person.